Hello, this is Eric. I want to show you guys how to use custom filters. Custom filter video might be a little longer than the basic just because custom filters are a little more complicated than basic filters. Big difference between basic and custom filters is that a custom filter can be created and saved, and then you could screenshot that filter or copy the message that it makes, the information that it makes, and share it with somebody else. You can't copy and paste or straight up share a filter amongst multiple people, but you can tell them exactly how you made that one, and then they can do that and have the same answers. Just like basic filters, your map extent impacts the amount of information available for the custom filter. Also, you can delete a custom filter, name it, and then you can copy it. So trash can will delete, pencil will edit, and then the copy arrow will make a copy of, such as copy of, copy of, copy of. So we're going to start out with a new one, and we're going to step through what it takes to make one. First off is a name. Name it whatever you need to. If you put a 1 underscore or just a 1 in front of it, it will show up at the top of your list. So if it's one that you intend on using often, then that's a great example. That's a great thing that you could do. Once you make a change, you can hit save, or you can hit cancel, and then you're ready to start entering in information to start filtering to. So the basic building block of a custom filter is an expression. And the expression is made by a field that equals or does not equal or is greater than or less than, that kind of thing, to a particular answer, right? So in this example, I want to show a funding agency is National Park Service. I only want to see National Park Service information in this example. And I also only want to see National Park Service information in a funding region of the Southeast. So that's going to give me only Park Service and only the Southeast. Now, this is a slightly redundant because this particular funding region only exists within the National Park Service. So I could get rid of the top one and I would still only get National Park Service ones. You don't want to always count on that, though, because sometimes you could make a mistake and you could be selecting Southeast region or Southwest and not even realize it. So use the pick list, select the thing that you want to focus on, and now you're going to see only things that are Park Service in the Southeast. So then I'm going to hit save. It's going to show up at the top of the list. I'm going to make sure, now if I did that filter correctly and I am zoomed into Washington and Oregon, I should see nothing as a result, which is what I was expecting. Now I'm going to zoom into, I don't have any filters built for it, but I do have the United States, and I'm going to use it. Now the United States bookmark has all of the Southeast in it. And so now I'm going to be able to see all of the estimated treatments, activities, actual treatments and activities in the Southeast. Since it is a very broad filter, there is a lot of answers here. So I'm going to continue to thin down my results. Now I want to make sure that I'm only actually seeing, let's do a fiscal year. So in that case, I'm going to create a new set because I like to keep funding as one set, and then any kind of dates as a second set, and then any kind of status or any other field information. I could basically create a set for each one. So it kind of compartmentalizes how I think of filters. So this next one is going to be initiation fiscal year, and I want it to start in 2024 because a lot of information is in the 24 year. If I used a different Agency, I might not get as much information, because not every system has all of the information in it at all times. In this case, I'm using VNext. VNext is a training ground for BLM, so there might not be a whole lot of National Park Service information in there in the first place. And then I'm significantly reducing the amount by filtering to a specific year. So I'm going to hit save. Something that I didn't do, which was name it appropriately. So that'll be one example underscore fiscal year 24. Now I will see everything in fiscal year 24. And so these numbers should reduce as they did. And now I'm really, I'm just kind of building on one example and showing you how you can continue to create a filter that makes what you want it to do. So now I'm really only focused on actual treatments. And this is where the or is going to come in, and the ands. So what I want to let you guys see is that if I were to create a new set and I want to see the actuals, I'm going to have to go and find the class is actual activity. Now, if I had an and I did another class, because there are two types of actuals, there are actual treatments and actual activities. Now, whatever I say, now my filter is going to read like this. The results that I'm going to see are going to have a funding region of the Southeast and funding agency of the National Park Service, no problem there, and an initiation fiscal year of 2024, no problem. And it's going to have a class of actual activity and a class of actual treatment. This is going to be a problem because no action has a class of both activity and treatment, right? So I need this to say or. So how can I make that say or? Well, if I did the filter operator of or, every set is going to be an or. So it's either going to be Southeast and National Park Service, or a fiscal year of 2024, or a class and class. So this one is going to basically cancel out. Nothing exists in this thing. And I'm going to get all of the Southeast National Park Service stuff, or anything that is an initial year of 2024. So these results are not going to give me what I want. So this filter operator controls how each set works to each other set, right? So this set has to be maintained, and then this set is going to be and as well. So it's going to be these. So basically, anything that is an and, you can put in one set, and it will function appropriately. As soon as you need it to be or, you have to put it into a different set. So this set operator, and that's where the set operator comes in. The set operator identifies how each expression is going to interact within that set. As you can see, if you look down here between the class equals actual activity or class equals actual treatment, if I hit the and or, it switches between and or. And I really want it to be or because I want both of these results to come up. So the short story is ands tighten or restrict the amount of responses that you get. Ors expand or enlarges the amount of responses that you'll get. Think of a fishing net. If you have a whole bunch of ands, your fishing net is very, very thin. And only things that are very, very small are going to fit through the holes in that very, very tight fishing net. If you have a whole bunch of ors as a fishing net, your fishing net is going to be very, very wide, and a lot of information is going to come through, right? A lot of big fish are going to come through, and you're not going to get anything that you really want and value, right? So keep in mind that the and is going to restrict your amount of responses versus the or is going to expand. So in this case, we know that what we're going to get out of this is going to be Southeast. It's also going to be the National Park Service, and it's also going to be the 2024 initiation fiscal year. We also want to have it either be an actual activity or an actual treatment. So I should get actual activities and actual treatments. Now, the problem with this is, like I was talking about, is before there aren't a whole lot of National Park Service actual activities in this particular data set. So I'm going to adjust it, and I want to make sure that we can see some results. So I'm going to do the Fish and Wildlife Service, see how busy they've been in this particular system. Nothing there either. I'm going to continue on. Oh, and I know why. It's because, like I had mentioned, the Southeast is not a Fish and Wildlife Service region. It is a National Park Service region. So you have to match both of these regions. Try one more time. And there we go. We got an actual activity and an actual treatment. And so that gives you the results that you could want. Now, if you want to share how this is supposed to, share this particular filter with someone else, you could make a copy of it. I'm going to start a new one, and I'm going to hit and use that snap, and then I'm going to send this to whoever wants it. I can also make a copy of this line of text right here and put that in the chat, and they should be able to figure that out as well. So filters, custom filters are very useful. You're going to be able to do a lot with them. The problem is that it takes a little bit to get used to, and you always want to start with the biggest pile of information to get to the smallest pile of information. Okay, good luck with custom filters.